What's up? Comic
Yeah,
Corner Comic Face-Off episode. I think three.
already fucking
This
up.
might this might be the only one that stays up on the channel. The first two were made when we were like 13, 14. They weren't even close. I forgot who we even
Hey,
did. I think we did Spider-Man versus Johnny Flame.
Spider-Man and yeah,
And
something like
I
that.
think I came away with that dub with Spider-Man.
Nah, it was a draw.
Oh, it was something weird like that. But the third installment, like 4 or 5 years later, and we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
Basically, the showcase here, as you can see probably by the title, is Scorpion, not from Mortal Kombat, from Spider-Man, the comic iteration, versus Bane
Mm.
in all forms. Like we're gonna go over all the forms basically of Bane, kind of just like consolidate them to just Bane, uh,
Yeah.
from the DC universe. And before we kind of
Hmm.
like outline the battle, backstory, feats, discussion, everything, I kind of just want to take a step back and talk about how good Batman villains are and how good
Hmm.
Spider-Man villains are. That's just crazy to me. Like these are two different comics. Probably both the premier superheroes for their franchises. I mean, who's above Batman for DC?
I mean, I would say people would think of Superman more. I don't think he's better, but people just like, oh, Superman. Like even people who don't read comics, they know who Superman is.
I agree. I
So
agree. My thing is, I guess taking another step back real quick, I just want to make this aside. Batman has had a run for a while. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to. When did Batman Begins come out?
like with the movie, or are you talking
No,
about like the
the painting,
original comic?
the
I think it came out like
2005.
the
No. I'm
19.
talking. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like 2005. Like the new
Oh,
Batman. Yeah, with Christian Bale and stuff.
oh
That's
yeah, first one
that
came
came
out in
out.
2005.
Yeah, 2005. I mean, he had a run before that. Those movies were hella popular in the 90s. I agree. I agree. But
Yeah,
Batman's had like a run since 2005. That movie came
yeah.
out. Then we had The Dark Knight. We had The Dark Knight Rises. Um, but I don't know.
Dark Knight was best DC movie of all time.
I kind of dispute that because and I don't
You
even
about
want
to
to get in.
start a different debate?
That's a whole another conversation. I don't. We can get into another time. But basically, The Dark Knight's a good movie. I don't know if it's a good comic book movie for Batman. But we can leave that later. I want to look up when Arkham Asylum came out.
The game?
2000. Yeah, the
I think
game
that's 2008 or
nine.
something like that.
Yeah, eight and
Oh
nine
nine.
basically. That's what I'm trying to say for my generation, for our generation. That's that's kind of what took off for our generation. You know what I mean? I remember I went to go see Batman Begins. I think we saw it together even, and I left early because I couldn't follow it that young. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There was too much story there. Now in retrospect, it's a great movie, right? Great acting. I love Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. Thought it was cool. Um, now but back then I was just kind of too young to like really appreciate it. But when Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, those two games came out back to back, I think that's what sold a lot of people on Batman being like not only the face of DC, but like a huge draw, a marketing draw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in superhero games in general.
yeah, like that
Like
really. I can't think. Maybe I'm just foul here, but what's another game that even came close to it before that? You know what I mean? I can't think of one.
the original Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man 2, I think, was pretty good. But besides that, that shit was trash for video games. You know what I mean? For video games.
Yeah, yeah.
Arkham Asylum, and I'm only saying this is all anecdotal, but the people I've talked to about it, like my friends, going on Twitter, Reddit, it's like those games, that series, the Arkham series, put a lot of people on to comics, just in general, like even to Marvel, but onto comics in general, onto Batman lore. It's like wild to me to think like a video game, you know what I mean? Of all things. And like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the video game is not canon necessarily, but it's still like it still incorporates the source material and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
just want to take a step back and like these Arkham games, like I don't I know there's a video game Hall of Fame, but those really had a cultural impact that I think needs to be respected. This new Spider-Man game, that everyone like the Spider-Man PS4, great game, awesome game. It would not have happened without Batman. You know what I mean? Like that's how big I think Batman is in terms of like
I mean,
impact.
that's just how big the those single player superhero games are. They usually follow the Batman mechanics, like the
Exactly.
fighting, the stealth.
Literally like before
They just
Spider-Man
add their own
PS4.
little thing.
Yeah, before Spider-Man PS4, there was a ton of Spider-Man games that copied exactly the same mechanic. Like no
Hmm.
same thing. So yeah, Arkham series great. The movies were great. Comics great. And that's just a side I want to take on the Arkham series. But like talking about Batman, some of the greatest villains, like just in general of all comics, right? That it's crazy how like
Yeah.
great, because it's not like it's just like individually like they're great. Like of course the Joker, iconic, iconic. Scarecrow,
Yeah.
one of my favorite villains of all time. I love the Scarecrow. You got the Penguin, you got Solomon Grundy, like little lesser known characters, but are still like super super cool. And it's like, yeah, right now Marvel's taking it over. They got the movies, they got the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything's interconnected. But I don't know. Batman kind of had interconnected stories for a long, long time. Like villains going back and forth in between, superheroes, villains interacting, and you can see that in the game, the Arkham games, right? That literally Arkham City is based on like a city with like gang control of like different, supervillains, and it's super cool. Comic books. You see Solomon Grundy appearing both. The Injustice game. I forgot even Injustice. You know what I mean? Joker going back and forth killing Superman's wife. Like it's like there's a lot of good lore there, a lot of good individual character, but a lot of good interconnected lore, which is like it's wild to me. I don't know. I think Batman has some of the best villains, like period.
What's really wild to me is how Injustice got like Joker beating up Superman. Like
Yeah.
that's
But I mean,
crazy.
like the villains are so good, you can see that happening. Like you want to see the Joker face Superman. You want to see the Joker go against Flash. Like what the hell is Joker gonna do against Flash? I don't know. Let's find out. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
and not to like dick ride the Joker. The Joker's pretty cool. I like the Joker, but like I mean, there's a ton of good villains. And like really, I gotta give. I mean, I liked Batman before the video game Arkham, but like they really have a ton of Easter eggs that make you like, wow, yeah, I forgot. There's this villain too, and here's how his comic book story.
Yeah.
And this is the final point I'll make on it. I know I've been talking about it for a minute about Batman, but they got a dude named Julian Day. Julian Day. That's like
That man.
that dude has no superpowers. That dude, like the Calendar Man. That's the Calendar Man. You know what I mean? That's I don't know. They got that dude.
He did have that sick little
He
arc,
did.
the Halloween
Yeah,
arc.
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah, that was
and
dope.
yeah, and that's like, what's it called? Long Halloween or was it
I
Long
don't remember.
October? Damn, this is bad. I should know this. Damn,
He
no.
was just fucking stuff up. That's all I know.
Yeah, he was. He was. Damn, it's gonna kill me. Let me look it up real quick. Julian Day, Long Halloween. Am I? It's not. Oh yeah, it is Long Halloween, and it's like a whole art, and it's I'm not gonna spoil or anything, but like definitely go check it out. Like that's a good movie,
Yeah,
or
he a
not good,
couple
good,
years
good
late, but
series.
yeah,
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 several years later, but it's a good series. Definitely, yeah, and they got a dude like that, like who makes impact. You got Black Mask. I'm not gonna name all the villains because we're talking about Bane, who iconic,
yeah.
but like you know what I mean. So like yeah, but we know that people already like they already been knew that Batman has good villains. Like he just we know that. What I want to argue is Spider-Man has some underrated villains too. You know what I mean? Like I think Spider-Man has some really, really good villains. And I don't even want to talk about the run Spider-Man's had. I mean, you can make an argument that the original Spider-Man series put comic book movies seriously, seriously on the map. And I know people will probably dispute that a little bit, but I think in terms of like legitimizing Marvel, comic book movies and making them like a big box office hit, that was Spider-Man. You know what I mean? That was the original Spider-Man breaking all these records.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I feel
that's a
that.
test. And then there's 3 different reboots, and it's still kicking, right? 3 different reboots, and we're still going. I don't know. Batman is kind of phasing out right now. We got freaking Robert Patterson as the new Batman. So like, you know, so I don't know. Batman might be dwindling down. Who knows? New Arkham
Hey,
game.
don't hey, he might be like a vampire Batman, you know?
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. People hate it, but I'm gonna wait to see it. That's my perspective. But no, for real though.
Yeah.
On back to Spider-Man. I think he has some great villains.
Okay.
I think he has some pretty good villains. He has some pretty
Does.
good villain arcs. I mean,
Yeah.
do you think it's comparable to Batman's? The lore, the villains?
I mean, Spider-Man has the rogues gallery of Marvel that Batman has with DC. You know what I mean? They're both known not just only for their hero status, but also for their villains because they have so many great
They
villains.
do.
Who else in Marvel has villains like Spider-Man? Who else in DC has villains like Batman? You know, they're one of a kind.
Yeah. And like, I always go back to this. It's because they're somewhat, first of all, the heroes were relatable, right? The heroes are somewhat relatable. And when they're
Yeah.
fighting against, even if the enemies like Bane or Scorpion are superhuman, you can still feel like they're human-ish. There's still like that,
Yeah.
okay, how's he gonna get out of this? It's not like he's gonna like break the earth down like in Dragon Ball or something. It's like, okay, like this is a human one-on-one fight. How are we gonna deal with this? And like even, I mean, is Scorpion a minor villain? I don't know if Scorpion's a minor villain.
Uh,
I know
he's not A rank.
of course, he's not A rank, and is he even top 10 for Spider-Man? That's something.
Is he even B rank? I mean, from what I looked up, Scorpion is strong, and he's gonna put up a fight against Bane for sure. But
That's just different scaling.
from what I read, has he ever won an actual fight,
We'll get into it.
like against
We'll
Spider-Man or
get into it. No,
anybody?
I have some feats. He's done some cool stuff. What I'm trying to say
We'll
is
get
he
into it.
top? I mean, you could say that, but like, you could make comments like about like Green Goblin. Is he really that strong? Is Doc Ock really that?
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. What I'm trying to say, like, is he top 10 in terms of the Marvel?
Well, it's not just about strength. It's also about what they
No, that's what I'm
accomplish.
saying. Like popularity. Like if I say Batman villains, you can list off some people. I'm thinking. I
Yeah.
want to know like. Basically, my whole point is I would consider Scorpion possibly a minor villain. I don't know if he's top 10, just notable. I think there's a lot of villains there that you could notate different variations of villains even.
I mean, might be top 10, definitely not top 5. I mean, you got Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Rhino,
Wait,
Venom.
pause. Rhino, Rhino top 5.
Rhino,
Rhino's
yeah,
not top 5. You put
he's top 10.
if no. Here's my argument: if Scorpion's not top 10, Rhino's definitely not top 10.
Nah, you got me. We about to switch players?
No, I'm saying whole pause.
You want me to go
Top
Rhino?
5,
You want me
top
to look
5,
up Rhino?
top 5, no order. Just like importance, notability, reputation. You got Venom.
Is Juggernaut
No,
a Spider-Man
no.
villain?
I think Spider-Man has fought Juggernaut.
He's
He's
X-Men?
X-Men, definitely, just X-Men.
He has fought Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Okay.
But top 5 is Venom. I put Carnage on there. I know that's 2 symbiotes, but still, you've got the Green Goblin, you got
Yeah.
Doc Ock, and that 5th spot, you could put a lot of different people in. I mean, definitely, you might want to put Sandman in. You might want to put on like
But Harry Osborn?
Green Goblin Jr. You might want to put on, you know, Electro, Mysterio, not just to name the villains in the movies,
Oh, yeah,
but like,
yeah.
like the Lizard, you know what I mean? And then there's that 10th spot. Then maybe
Yeah.
you put the Scorpion, or you could put the Rhino, or, you could put,
Eh,
I mean, you could put a lot of different people there.
About to put Black Cat.
I'm about to
right
say
there.
Black Cat, you could put Black Cat.
She finessed him in the game.
Yeah, I know, you could put Black Cat, you could put, I don't know, there's a lot of different villains that you could put there. But yeah, definitely. I mean, we just did a listing. We could have probably listed it better. But what I was really trying to get at is like, even Scorpion. He's like not. When I say Scorpion, yeah, you can think of what he looks like. He popped up, I think, in the PS4 game. So did Rhino. But they got a lore to them.
Yeah.
Like Scorpion has several different issues where he's doing, and we'll talk about it like in a couple. I know if you're listening, you're probably like, just get to the battle already. I'll put a timestamp to skip to it. But Scorpion has a lot of different feats, a lot of different arcs that he's in, not just with Spider-Man, but just different people. It's just crazy that you can take such a minor villain and do so much character building with him. You know what I mean?
Actually, I don't think either of them should get that 10th spot. You know who I think should at least be in top 10? That man, Craven, the
Yeah,
Hunter.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
I didn't forget about him. I guess there's a bias because you want to list the people that are in the movies um, first because they're the most notable. But in terms of the impact in the comics, Craven definitely has a big impact.
Yeah,
Um,
one of the only ones that actually killed Spider-Man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But
Well,
Sandman
you
has
know,
killed Spider-Man too. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like
I mean,
Sandman's
Sandman's
pretty
lit.
good. Pretty good backstory. I mean, that's a different character. We can just talk about his backstory and like what he's done. It's just crazy. That's all I want to say. We got to give some respect to. I mean, I think Batman villains get respect, at least among the comic book community. He gets respect, right? You can do like psychoanalysis on his villains and like diagnose them, and
Yeah.
you have even like super minor people.
I mean, that's what they were based on, wasn't it? They were all based off like mental
Possibly,
illnesses
I
or
don't know that.
stuff like
I
that.
mean, and just one more side, you have someone like Victor Zsasz, who is a serial killer, and he's so well integrated into each
Yeah.
like comic book, series and lore. Like it's just a great lore for Like Batman. We just know Batman has a great lore because it's great. He even has like a series named Gotham that just focuses on him as a kid. Batman's even a kid. We don't even care about the kid. We care about the villains and how they're growing and developing. Like that's all. That's all I want to say. Like Batman has some great villains. We should do a video listing the villains sometime for both of them. But I just kind of want to throw Spider-Man villains in there. I think they're rated. I think underappreciated, underrated. He got some good villains. He got some good villains. And yeah. Even check the anime series. He got and also Spider-Man has different universes too. One of the better different universe executions. We have different villains doing different. There is a universe where Scorpion, I think, isn't even the the Scorpion that we're about to fight between him and Bane. There's a different universe where he's not even the first Scorpion, but he's like a Mexican mob boss, gangster drug dealer thing. And it's cool there too. It's great there too. Different universe where he fights Miles Morales, which I'll bring up and stuff. Like you can do some cool stuff with this. So I just want to take an aside and like, there's an underscore between Bane versus Scorpion. Like this is kind of cool. Two different villains, two different universes, but they both have big story. But now that we've done that, get a little overview. Let's talk about. I guess let's just give some background. So I guess who you want to give background for Bane first, or should I go for Scorpion first?
I mean, no matter. You go first.
I'll just do. We'll just do the back. We'll talk about like feats later. Let's just talk about the background. So basic background for Scorpion, and I'm not trying to get too deep into this, make it a 4-hour long thing, because Scorpion has some cool arcs. In most, I guess in the main arc, he starts off as a private investigator for Jonah Jameson. He's trying to figure out how Peter Parker is getting like those pics of Spider-Man. He's cocky, he's arrogant, but he's not evil. He's just kind of like, I don't know, snivy and like sure of himself. But in addition to that, Jameson hires him to be tested by Dr. Farley Stillwell. And it's kind of like a mutagenic training to get the powers of an animal. Ethan, can you guess which animal he got the powers of?
Take a while to guess and go with a scorpion.
He got the powers of a scorpion. And he also the procedure also gave him a mechanical tail. So this is like his first iteration of Scorpion. He gets a mechanical tail, gets some powers. And he fights Spider-Man a couple times. He beats him twice, right? Beat him the third time in this arc, whatever. But after becoming Scorpion, he starts struggling with his identity and mental health. He started to become a little bit delirious, and he goes back and like all throughout even several different arcs, goes back and forth. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad, reaffirms himself, and then falls back down to insanity. Sometimes because he's just like shafted by life, sometimes just because he's crazy, right? So it just happens. But goes down the line, eventually works for Justin Hammer, who modifies his suit and works for the Tinker, who modifies his tail. And then eventually the Roxxon Energy Company modifies his tail as well. And basically you just see different, the whole point here is that he's had his suit modified tons of different times, gotten different powers from each time. And just different iterations of the Scorpion. I guess another arc, he finds out Parker's identity. So he's one of, the few villains who finds out this, the superhero's identity, Spider-Man's identity. And I guess in a parallel to Bane, Bane does the same thing. And in this same storyline, he bonds with Venom. So he becomes the third iteration of Venom. Venom bonds to him and joins Norman Osborn's Sinister 12, which is, and there's a lot of talk about the Sinister, is it Sinister 6, the movie that was going to come out? Right? Yeah, this is Sinister 12.
It was supposed to.
And it's dope. So even in this storyline, he kills a cloned Peter Parker, a Phantom clone, which again I'll talk about in feats. But yeah, he kills Parker as Venom, but still kills him. And the Sinister 12 was only defeated as a group when Spider-Man, some of the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four joined to beat them. So just to give some kind of scaling for his growth thus far. He eventually joins an organization called the Thunderbolts, and they're tasked to hunt down the Secret Avengers after the whole Secret Avengers arc. But they're kept in check by electrical implants, so he can't do whatever he wants. I think it's similar to Suicide Squad, kind of like how they can kind of kill you, basically that, and they're kind of doing the dirty work. During his tenure with the Thunderbolts, he does a ton of things. He grows as a character in the plot line, but in power, and he starts becoming an A-list villain almost, right? He's Venom, right? So he's gonna be an A-list villain, but he grows as a character as Scorpion as the Venom. He was kicked in and out, but always seen as invaluable. You need him to complete this group. The Thunderbolts were then phased out, and Osborn forms the Dark Avengers. Venom here was reset by Dr. Osborn with a serum to reset the symbiote to a smaller size. So basically, in this iteration, the symbiote gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but he gives him a serum, makes him go to Spider-Man size, right? Even though he can go back and forth, he's reset to a smaller size, so he's more agile and stuff. He eventually, after a ton of time, ton of feats, loses the Venom suit in the Siege storyline. And in this, basically, they siege the Dark Avengers, some villains, siege Asgard, and Thor is actually even overpowered in this arc. But his suit is forcibly removed from him by Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel and Spider-Man. And then a little aside, the Venom suit goes on to Captain Marvel, which is super dope, but taken off for later. But yeah, so after this, he loses Venom in this arc, and he returns as Scorpion again with a new suit fitted by Alistair Smythe, and this is his most recent suit. And in fact, this iteration, he is basically a cyborg. And it kind of ends, his jaw, the only thing that's exposed is his face, his mouth, like the PS4 thing. And it's punched off by Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body. Long story, but it punches it off him. And now he's replaced by Metal Jaw. So he's basically just a cyborg with a metal mouth in the most recent iteration. So that's just a brief overview. What you got for Bane?
Well, I don't have that much shit written down, but I wrote down some stuff. Bane was forced to spend most of his life in prison due to the fact that his father escaped the corrupt court system. So ever since he was a little boy, he was thrown into prison. I don't know what age, but it says that he got his first kill in prison at the age of 8. So we could assume that he's been there since at least 8 years old. He spent most of his young and adult life And although he was in prison, his natural abilities developed extraordinary skills. You know, all he did was work out and read books as much as possible as he possibly could. He learned 14 languages, you know, and he established himself as the king of Pinadoro Prison. Hope I said that right. I'm only 20. My stuff is bad. Don't judge me. And shortly after that, you know, after he was bossing people around, you know, the prison took notice and they put him into they turned him into a test subject for the experiment called Venom, where he then was the only survivor of the experiment. He broke out of prison, killing a bunch of people, bringing some, you know, some subordinates with him, and then he went on to be Bane. I didn't write anything else down, but you know, he we could talk about more later on, you know, more of his feats and stuff.
Okay, good
But that's
overview.
really
Good
it.
overview. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, before we talk about feats, I've always thought Bane was pretty cool, just because, like,
Hmm.
he's smart. He's, like, so smart. Um,
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, it's, like, often overlooked that he's so smart. I mean, the comic just tries does a really good job to show that he's super smart. But when you see someone that big, that strong, you just have to assume that, like, that's his thing. But the comics are like, nah, like, he's smart and
yeah,
strong. So, like, Batman's really got to fight this dude and be, like, strong.
yeah,
And the the use of Venom is pretty cool. I like that. I like that. The
yeah.
side effects of it give, like, a kind of complex story to his powers, and, like, the side of, you know, how it hurts him sometimes, takes away from his intelligence but ramps up his strength. Yeah, I like Bane.
Yeah.
I also like Scorpion. You know, I chose we just I called him up. I called Ethan up. Said let's do another comic face off. That's the whole backstory of how this started. Nothing that deep.
Yep. 5 years later.
But I don't know, Scorpion. I think Scorpion is pretty cool. I don't know why. It's just out of all the spiders, you don't
Eh.
think he's that cool?
I mean, I
I
guess.
think he has a cool story. I think I think just the I think I like the suit. I like the suit, and I like how he's like Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. You know what I mean? He's like
He literally spends like most of his life just like trying to make revenge on fucking J.
and
Jonah
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Jameson.
both. Yeah, I get it. It's not the most
Yeah.
I mean, but Bane, what's his motivation? He just heard from prison that there's a demon in Gotham and it's Batman. It's like, yeah, motivations.
Well, yeah, but you know, he also looks for his father, you know, also tries to get some answers, you know, he deals with addiction with the venom and he overcomes it. That's why he doesn't, you know, some of the games and stuff, they make it, you know, to where he uses the venom. He's a big hulking dude, but in the comics, he gave up the venom. He doesn't use it unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think different iterations of Scorpion though make him more complex as he goes on. Even sometimes make him good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think Scorpion gets more complex as it goes. Of course, yeah, sometimes he's kind of
Mm-hmm.
one-dimensional. For the longest time, he's like that's why I say he was a minor villain for the longest time. It was a big deal when he got Venom. It's like, okay, now he can be taken serious. I don't know. I like Scorpion because
Yeah.
kind of epitomizes, I guess not a parallel. I mean, like, who else in the Spider-Man villain universe is like Spider-Man? You know what I mean? You got Venom. Yeah, okay, he's a symbiote. Kind of like Spider-Man. Yeah, Carnage a little bit, you know, crazy, but like Doc Ock's not really like
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I don't know. I guess something about him being
Yeah.
also an insect powered mutagenic is kind of cool to me. That's it. I mean, I don't know. That's all it is for me. I think I like his suit.
He's like one of the only Venoms, I mean, the only villains that's actually like based off of another, you know, uh, basically
Yeah,
a bug.
I agree. Because you got Rhino, but like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Rhino's a
yeah,
fucking
it's like
rhino
Rhino,
though.
and it's like he's kind of. I don't, that's why I say when you said top 10 Rhino, Rhino is like a notoriously shitty villain. The dude,
Yeah, he's his. Yeah, I mean, I guess you. I
he's
got
got
you.
a role though. He's got a role.
He's the
Yeah, he's
bruiser.
got a
He's the
role. I
bouncer.
saw this one. I don't know. We keep going on a side. Sorry, but I saw this one face-off. It was Juggernaut versus Rhino, and it was a stomp.
Oh Lord. Well, yeah, because Juggernaut fucking that man has infinite
Yeah,
strength.
someone did Juggernaut versus Bane, and it was a stomp as well. But anyways, Juggernaut's
Juggernaut's
strong,
strong, man.
surprisingly.
Juggernaut thing didn't Juggernaut beat the fucking Hulk in a
That'd
fight?
be a good battle.
Isn't he like the only one that can actually go up against the Hulk?
I think if I don't know. I thought I wrote it down. Maybe I can't see here. I thought maybe Scorpion went against the Hulk, but I could be wrong. I could
Hmm,
be wrong. Anyways, let's go to feats.
I know he went against
They did.
Captain
Okay, so don't
America.
take my thunder. Let's just go to feats. So
Oh, that
obviously, being a
my fault, my
Spider-Man
fault.
villain, he has faced and beaten Spider-Man several times, but he's also lost several times as well. Right? That's like he was a minor villain for the longest time. But every now and then he'll get a win. He'll get a dub against Spider-Man. Um, he's fought Captain America several times, and he even beat him when he wasn't in uniform, and that's in Captain America 122.
Ooh,
Again, got beaten when he was in uniform. You know, kind of the role of a minor villain. He faced the Avengers one time as the Masters of Evil, promptly beaten, but he went against the Avengers. Got some punches in. That's what I'm saying. Like most of his feats early on is like he went against somebody. And I think if you can fight
yeah,
somebody, go somewhat toe to toe, that counts as a feat in my book. Because like not that many people can go against the Avengers. Not that many people can go against Captain Marvel, which he did. Again, he was promptly beaten in Captain Marvel 1 and 2. Because Captain Marvel's super strong, but like Scorpion went against Captain Marvel, right? There's something there. He faced Rhino. He was
mm,
overpowered, and his new tail was removed from him from Justin Hammer. So he lost to Rhino, which is like you could see as like bad, right? Because Bane is probably stronger than Rhino, a lot stronger. Um, but yeah, I mean he lost there. Faced Black Cat, but he was defeated while he was focusing on Spider-Man. Faced Ben Riley, Scarlet Spider, defeated by Scarlet Spider.
oh
But Scarlet
yeah,
Spider is super strong, right? Like so
yeah.
going against him.
He basically has the same power as
Yep.
Peter Parker.
Now here's where
He's a clone of him.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of clones, great transition. He killed a Space
Hmm.
Phantom Peter Parker as Venom. So this is why while he's Venom, these Venom feats, he kills a Space Phantom Peter Parker. Now, a lot of people are probably asking, what the hell is a Space Phantom? Basically, a convoluted plot device arc. Space Phantoms are these beings that are like overpowered. They can take the form of anyone they copy and gain all the abilities. I hate it. Seems like a stupid plot device to avoid killing the real Spider-Man, but he kills a exact copy of Spider-Man. These Space Phantoms can copy things that are even faster than the speed of light, right? So like he copied Spider-Man exactly and just killed him. So I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, like that's something. He did, yeah, he
That's tough.
defeated Jack Flag, Steel Spider, and Seblutre in a fight as Venom. He defeated all three, and even ate Steel Spider's arm. He defeated the Swordsman as Venom, and as Venom, he faced Anti Venom. Right? Um, he loses because Anti Venom is aided by Spider Man, but later comes back with a new suit made by Osborn and a new serum made by Osborn, and nearly kills Anti Venom and Eddie Brock. They only live because Venom, the symbiote, felt love for Brock as a former host and stopped him from murdering Eddie Brock. But yeah, he beat Anti Venom, which is like crazy. Anti Venom's like super strong. In the Secret Invasion storyline, he defeats several Skrulls and nearly kills Songbird. He bites off Hippo's arm and devours him at 11. In the same fight, Dementoid and Doctor Everything, also Redeemer. Like he's taken on all these people. General Wolfram, Dementoid, Bullseye, and Dakin are all defeated by this Venom. And then like I guess something that's not really a feat, but it's like something. He was turned into a pile of inert goo by Molecule Man. But he's revived by Sentry. But yeah, so like guys asked about by Molecule Man.
Interesting.
And I guess abilities. So I guess take note of these because these will be important, listeners and Ethan. His abilities range as
Hmm.
arcs range. So as base Scorpion, superhuman strength, speed, agility, reflexes, stamina, and durability. He can scale walls, and has a scorpion pincer grip, right? So he can like it's like similar to pincers. He can like grip something really strong. He also can climb walls, like like
Hmm.
Spider-Man can. He has a full battle suit with mesh and insulated rubber, so no shocking, no burning. Like he's insulated. He has a 7-foot mechanical tail that can whip at 90 miles per hour. This tail can be outfitted to spit acid, bombs, projectiles, and low-density plasma energy protectors. Can use a tail to spring, at least 30 feet or higher. Or so he can stand on his tail, which is like, that's something that adds height. He's much stronger and more durable than Spider-Man, but he's not as skilled in hand-to-hand combat. So, um, I guess not as finesse, but has the strength and durability. As Cyborg Scorpion, that is the last, most recent like existence of him. He has a more powerful tail. He has mechanical pincers. He is bulletproof, altered genetics to give a scorpion sense similar to the Spidey sense. So like that's pretty cool. Can withstand fall at terminal speed, and for the non-science folks, terminal speed is the speed at which you're falling so fast that it almost feels like you're not falling anymore. You cannot fall any faster than terminal speed, and he withstood it. So like that's some crazy durability. Has a metallic jaw, so he's basically there's no exposed part of himself. Finally, as Venom, which is like the most overpowered version, I think. Even as Venom, he can recreate the scorpion tail to use in the same way, or even as a fifth limb. He can shoot webbing and climb walls. So, like, basically, like Spider-Man, can disguise himself as other people or blend into the background. He has an undetectable spider sense, or he's undetectable by the spider sense. So, like, there's no way you can sense him. He has increased hand-to-hand combat because of the symbiote intelligence. He has an extreme healing factor, like crazy fast. He has claws and can create tendrils. He has Enrage, so that's Bloodlust mode, where Venom increases mass and strength to match any foe with equal force. But there's not much control in this state, so he goes kind of crazy. And finally, he can access a smaller form that is more agile with Osborn medicine, but he also can switch back to the bigger form as he pleases. So like he loses all like the non-controllable part of his aspect. He get big and still control it, but he has a decreased will in this one. And that's it. That's his basically his feats and his abilities. So you can talk about Bane now.
Uh, I wrote like 5 things down. This man had a whole list. He had a whole grocery list. Um, well, Bane, in his base form, he's a genius level tactician, and he's also a master in like certain fields like science and stuff like that. So I guess genius level intellect as well. He's a master of hand-to-hand combat and martial arts. He actually created his own martial arts. Um, Peak human physique, he could bench press like 1,500 pounds in his base form, he could run faster than an Olympic athlete. Um, durable, he could take blunt force trauma, shrug it off. He's been shot numerous times and he just shrugged it off and kept fighting. And he also has an ability to he could recall all memories. So like I don't know how this has anything to really do with anything, but it's just something I thought that was cool. How he could remember anything that if he gets like certain flashbacks or images. And I already talked about how he can speak 14
Yeah.
languages, but that's not really a superpower. um, with the Venom, he has superhuman strength and physical attributes go up. And I actually wrote it down somewhere because I was just scaling from like what I was reading in the comics, even to other people who use Venom. It seemed that their strength went up about 4 to 5
Damn.
times. So he um he was lifting 1,500 pounds, and it said that when he's in the Venom, he's able to lift around 3 to 4 tons, which is like around 6,000 pounds. So, um, which is kind of lowballing because it's also, he's had bigger feats, and his speed and durability and everything seem to double. He can run pretty damn fast for a big guy, and his Venom also can be used as a healing factor that can resist infections, diseases. If he's bleeding out, he just turns on the Venom and it stops the bleeding. It can stop poisons. It basically can heal him from almost anything, or momentarily heal him from almost anything.
Okay.
And yeah, that's really it. I mean, there's a couple, maybe like some other things I might remember later on, but that's it for what I got right here.
So okay. How many tons can you lift? You said 3 to 4.
The max feet. Well, yeah, that's what it said. Casually you could lift around 3 to 4 tons, but I think his max feet was 15 tons. That's what I saw.
Okay. And then Venom would.
And he.
So Venom
What
would
were you gonna say?
quadruple that basically. Okay, that's
Basically,
interesting.
yeah. And yeah, and that max feet that I said, if from what I saw in the comic, he wasn't using Venom. There was no Venom device or anything, so he was able to do that on his own. I don't know how the fuck he did it, because they don't say that he has super strength, but he did it. So multiply that 4 or 5 times. That's what, like 60, 75
That's crazy to
tons.
think.
So
All right.
yeah. Um, and he also could go beyond that when he if he uses more than the usual dose of venom, he can exceed that, but there's a withdrawal of insanity. He
So it loses some of
loses,
that intelligence.
he loses his mind basically when it, yeah, he really loses all intelligence. And it actually happened in the Arkham Origins game where he did it, and he knew Batman's identity, but after he overdosed on the venom, he forgot everything. He forgot Batman's identity and everything. So I don't know how that will
Okay.
play in, but
Yeah.
that is a
And
side
it's a
effect.
pretty common one. Supercharge, but then lose something else. Um. Okay. Cool. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I will say to the listeners, if y'all out there, um, this felt a lot more one-sided. But after hearing Bane's feats and going over some calculations, about the sewer drain
Yeah.
and 15 tons, basically we looked up how many tons to break steel, and he broke steel with his bare hands, pulling off the sewer drain, and times that by 4.
It was
Yeah, so like
underwater
there's like
too.
that's pretty strong. Um, so yeah, that doesn't feel as one-sided. I don't think. But here are the scenarios.
That's why I
Yeah.
felt more confident going into this.
So basically, all are bloodlusted. Both Bane and Scorpion are going to be bloodlusted. So like, they're not going to hold back.
Mhm.
Battle takes
Yeah.
place in Gotham because it just seems like, I don't know. You could do it underwater, but like, what the hell would that mean? We'll just do it in Gotham. Um, and the winner is via conceit, knockout, or death. Uh, yeah. So those are the stipulations. Now, basically, here are the 3 different scenarios. First is base versus base. So base Scorpion versus base Bane. No Venom for either. Um, no cyborg suit. Next is base versus Venom Bane. And for this base, it's going to be probably including every Scorpion but the non-Venom, or every Scorpion but the Venom Scorpion. So even the cyborg suit versus Venom Bane. And then the last one is Scorpion Venom versus Bane Venom. Um, yeah, we didn't feel like base Venom versus Scorpion and Venom was fair, but the more I think about it, it's possibly fair. Um, so we could do that one at the end if we're feeling it.
Maybe.
Um, just because
Depends how long it
Yeah,
takes us to get through this.
that's
It's already
true.
been 45
That's true.
minutes.
It feels. I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, but we'll get there. So let's just do base versus base. Um, I don't know. How do you feel like it leans base versus base?
I mean, really, I'd say it's damn near an even fight, just strength wise. But I feel that Bane has more martial art
Yeah.
experience, especially with the fact how he created his own martial arts actually, where it's a form of martial arts and a
Oh,
meditation that
cool.
he created. And it was actually stated by one of the comic book writers that I put it in quotations, so I should be able to find it real quick. Um, it says right here that it makes things seem like everything goes Bane's way when he fights in that style, basically, that he just stays calm, he fights, and then he does his thing. But that could be changed, when he does use the Venom, because the Venom, it's a steroid. It's just gonna make it's just gonna make him more hostile, more angry. So I don't know how that'll work out during that. But base Bane, I say he got the dub. He got that hand to hand combat. He gonna be putting them paws on you.
Yeah. Okay. I see. That's a fair point. The thing about
Oh
base
yeah.
Scorpion though, um, so base Bane, base Scorpion, we agreed 15 tons for Bane, max feet. Scorpion's also around 15 tons. So strength
Mm-hmm.
wise, it's kind of even though it doesn't feel like it should be. Scorpion can lift 15 tons, and so can Bane. Even Bane looking as big as he does. So they're probably equal
Mm-hmm.
on strength. The thing about speed, I don't know.
Yeah, your
You
dude
think
is
he's faster?
faster. Because Bane, he was stated to be as quick as like, an Olympic athlete, so he could run or be faster. So he could run like what, like 25, 30 miles
Oh,
per
so like
hour.
peak
You
human.
know.
But
Yeah, it was peak
okay,
human
mine's
speed.
superhuman.
So, and yeah, your dude, it was stated from what I read, he could run faster
Yeah,
than
so
cars,
superhuman. Okay, probably faster.
Yeah. So your
What do you
dude's
think about
fast.
reflexes?
Um I mean, they're quick. I don't think Bane has like very quick
Uh,
reflexes. I mean, he's able to catch things, coming at him, but like he's not dodging no bullets or
yeah, I don't know if
nothing.
Scorpion.
Like if you throw
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if Scorpion's dodging
mm-hmm,
bullets either. You know what I mean? But it says superhuman speed, superhuman agility,
yeah,
superhuman reflexes. So if we're talking about superhuman versus peak human, that's kind of like an edge towards Scorpion. And I would say, obviously, it's kind of like all of this is hypothetical, but I would definitely make the argument that the
yeah,
ability to. So I know what I read. Bane can jump buildings, probably right. At least a couple stories. He can.
mm-hmm,
Scorpion can also jump pretty high. He can lift him.
yeah,
He could 30 feet or higher, right? Spring himself. He can
yeah,
add height to himself, and he can scale walls. I think that kind of agility and speed, and like so, yeah. Put him one on one. Put Bane versus Scorpion like one on one. It's easy for Bane to kind of take that one because his fighting style, I agree, just gives him such a great edge, like mentally and physically. It's even stated in the comics Scorpion can't fight. Scorpion can't fight like well. Spider-Man has to be smarter than him. So, and I would make the argument that Bane is probably smarter than Spider-Man, right? In terms of hand-to-hand combat, at least base Peter Parker. So, like, you don't think so?
maybe. I mean, it's really just two different types of fighting. Spider-Man's more
No, I
agile.
agree.
He
I'm saying
bounces around a lot
one-on-one
more.
fist fight.
Bane's,
Bane's destroying Spider-Man. He's destroying Batman. So it's like, so I would say,
oh yeah,
so Bane has the
yeah,
edge
I
in
can see
terms of
that.
hand to hand. So if he gets some hand to hand on Scorpion, it's done, right? Scorpion has crazy durability. I
Yeah,
would say Scorpion's probably 4 or 5 times more durable than Bane. Again, despite the size difference, just in terms of the comic book facts, more durable.
Well, a lot of that is due to the fact that Scorpion
Yeah,
has
it's the
that
super. It's
suit,
also the superhuman
you
genetics.
know? And I mean, how durable is that suit? I mean, Bane's been able to, he could rip steel or iron grates with his bare hands. What's stopping him from
That's
ripping that suit
fair.
apart?
The thing is, though,
Bane was able to crush human
I agree.
skulls with his
What
bare
I'm saying
hands.
though is Scorpion has superhuman durability, like himself, not the suit, but himself. Um, but I will say his
Mm-hmm.
suit's pretty strong, right? It can push off bullets, it can push off electricity, heat. It's pretty strong. I
Yeah.
don't think Bane can. So first of all, we got to think about this like realistically. Even the strongest person, it's kind of hard to like rip off. You can't get a good grip on a suit that's like body tight. You know what I mean? You can't break it. Like there's certain things you
Mm-hmm.
can't break, right? Like certain type. So we were talking the other day about that military trying to use spider, you know, webs to make a new suit, like new bulletproof armor. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
break that, right? The way it
Mm-hmm.
absorbs impact, you can't break it the way you can break a rigid steel beam. That's why it's a lot harder to break like certain types of
Mm-hmm.
bulletproof fabrics than it is to break like wood in a steel beam, even though one feels harder than the other. So the suit is a mixture of mesh and insulated rubber. It's kind of hard to break that, especially if you can't even get a grip to rip it or anything. So I don't think he's breaking the suit, right? He could punch it really hard. He's not gonna break it. I will say though, he can
I
break the
feel that.
tail. The tail is mechanical. I could definitely see him grabbing that tail. And if he grabs
Yeah.
the tail, um,
I see him throwing your ass around.
yeah, you could throw
They're throwing
exactly.
Scorpion
If
around.
if he breaks the tail or if he grabs the tail. So let's take it down that road, right? I think it's a wash. If Scorpion has the tail, the speed, he can climb walls. I think Bane could definitely get some hits on. I think Scorpion will be more agile and can utilize the distance. Bane's fast. He's not as fast as Scorpion. Bane can jump high. He can't jump as high as Scorpion. Um, that tail
Mm-hmm.
can whip at 90 miles per hour. That having that not to say Bane can't grab that. You said he has good reflexes to grab things being thrown at him, but if he's moving fast, the tail's moving fast, and you got distance, it's a wash, right? I'm already gonna say Scorpion wins it like that. If Bane can get Scorpion down one on one hand to hand, it's a wash. Bane's
Mm-hmm.
killing him. And if there's some buffer, some buffers, we're in the sewers of Gotham, or we're in an open area, or Bane's got Scorpion tired. I don't know. It's a little bit more even. I still want to give it to Scorpion, right? I can see some scenarios where Bane grabs that tail and just ends it, breaks the tail off, you know, uses intellect to beat him because Scorpion's not that smart, right? He has everything but the intelligence. So there's
Mm-hmm.
definitely scenarios where Bane wins. But that tail can, I mean, just the distance, you don't even have to be miles away. Just, if you can spring 30 feet back, start shooting some acid, some bombs, low density plasma energy
Mm-hmm.
protector. I don't know. How does Bane close that distance? You know what I mean? If you can zone it, if you can do a zoning fighting style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Scorp
Well, there
Oh,
goes
hold
my
up.
fucking argument.
Scorpion has a pincer grip, but I'm not done yet. Scorpion has a pincer grip too. So I don't
Oh.
know. They mentioned that a
Mm-hmm.
couple times. I don't know what he does with that. I think his most
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
No, I was gonna say his
what were you gonna say?
most
No,
recent
you go.
cyborg Scorpion, the next fight, he actually has mechanical pincers on his suit. But yeah,
Interesting. Well, Bane is just, yeah, you brought up the point, like, he just keeps his distance. I don't see Bane being able to do something. If Bane could get up close, he'll just drop him. But if Scorpion's just keeping his distance over here shooting rockets and I don't even remember all the other stuff he had in that
what
damn
do you think
tail.
happens if? Because you mentioned
Um,
earlier if Scorpion used, or you, I guess before we even recorded, I think yesterday something about if Scorpion uses poison. What was Bane gonna do? What is Bane gonna do about that?
mm-hmm. Well, base Bane, I don't think there's much he
Okay,
can do. He's just gonna die. But if he uses the Venom
I
will
see.
heal the poison. It'll
So
stop it
fair,
from
fair, fair. So
fucking
so
with him.
base versus base, we say Scorpion wins 7 times out of 10 ish or 8.
Mm, I guess, yeah, something like that, something like that.
We'll say
7.5.
7 out
I'll
of
give you
10.
7.
I just think a base, like, again, there's no Venom here. There's nothing. It's just
Yeah,
Bane.
yeah.
I'm put
I
I'm gonna
feel you
put
with the
8
distance.
because I just realized it's just Bane. You know what I mean? It's just base Bane. You know,
Yeah.
he's strong. You know, he can use a gun. Armor's bulletproof. He could.
But yeah, the armor is
I'll
bulletproof.
give him 8 out of
Not
10.
really
If
gonna do
he has
nothing to
intellect
it.
and he has strength, I'll give him 2 wins max. Right? I'll give him 2 wins to trick him and beat him.
Yeah.
You know, Spider-Man beat him a couple times. I don't think base Bane is even close to regular Spider-Man. So, okay, that's it. Scorpion wins 8
Yeah.
out of 10. Kind of a wash, but I can see some scenarios. Now, what about base versus Venom Bane? Base Scorpion versus Venom Bane. I'll start off. I'll start off because Venom
Um.
Bane has a little bit more explanation to do. But I would say base
Mhm.
Scorpion. Some things that would be more pertinent here is again the zoning thing. I think Venom Bane can access, close the distance access Scorpion a little bit more, but I think the zoning thing definitely gives an edge again. Um, you're already going to mention, I already know what you're going to say. You're going to talk about the poison, the healing factor. I agree, definitely, definitely. Still, though, bombs, energy plasma, that definitely will take them off a little bit, maybe make them make a mistake or something. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, that's really it. I mean, in terms of just base Scorpion, like, all I can really do is zoning.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about Bane. You know, he's just a regular guy. But base form, he could lift 1,500 tons. Okay. He could run 30 some miles per hour. Okay. He got durability. He could get shot and keep coming at you multiple times. Now, with Venom, it's a whole different beast. Everything's multiplied. He's faster, he's stronger, he's more durable. He's coming at you quicker than you can even anticipate.
Okay.
Okay. I would say that he has the same physical feats that, if not beyond, Space Scorpion. Well, not we're not even talking about strength. Strength is like, boy, I don't know. We're not talking about that. But speed wise, I would say they're at least even
Okay.
at that point. So I don't see how your dude's gonna be able to keep that distance because my guy is coming at you at the same speed
Okay. I
that
want
you're
to take a
running
step
from.
back and say what we'll do for this round is just base Scorpion. The next round we'll do Venom Bane versus Cyborg Scorpion because I feel like I agree with you. A little bit harder, right? So we can say, we said earlier, Scorpion base can
Mm-hmm.
do 15 tons. That's a lot. That's
Mm-hmm.
Venom Bane can do, what do you think? Like 4 times 15, 60? We'll say 60 max. 60 max. We gotta be
Yeah.
realistic. 60 max.
60, maybe 75.
No, maybe
60, maybe
60, maybe
75.
61.
Because what I read was it went from what I calculated, it said 4 to
Okay.
5. So that's why I say in between 60 to
It just feels
75.
like 75 is a bit much. 75 tons, that's a tank. I mean, maybe.
Well, that would be
Okay,
his
fine, fine, fine,
max.
fine.
That'd
We'll
be
say
max
75.
effort.
Fuck it. 75. With Venom. Venom Bane. Okay. I feel like
So he's gonna punch a fucking
well,
hole
hold
through your
up.
chest.
Um, I guess let's take a step back and let's do some scaling. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, base Spider-Man, is stronger than Venom Bane? Yes.
Base Spider-Man? Well, probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think Spider-Man able to lift more than 100 tons. I'm pretty sure he
Okay.
is.
Base Spider-Man.
Like, didn't he? I saw like a comic where he like lifted like a gold globe or something that weighed over 100 tons or some
Yeah,
shit like that.
he does some wild stuff. Scorpion's being
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
he's pretty strong.
and Spider-Man's faster and stronger, and I'm not gonna maybe not smarter, but just faster and.
Well, man, he caught him on an
That's cool.
off
No,
day. You know what I mean? That's like
what?
1 out
That's
of
what?
10. You know what I mean? That's like one,
Okay,
two
hold
out of
up.
10 right there. Out of every fight they
How
had.
high do you think Bane can jump with Venom? We gotta be realistic here. I get it. It says 3 to 4 times, but like There has to be some kind of limit.
Well, no, the 4 to 5 times, that's pure like lifting feats. That's like just strength. That's not for
Okay.
speed or anything. The speed I would say would go up like maybe 2 times, three max. Like it wouldn't be crazy overboard. Because if his speed went up 4 to 5 times, that man's running over 100 miles per hour. I
Okay.
don't know. That man's over here running like
Wait.
at
So
Lamborghini
then
speeds.
hold
All
up.
right,
So
let's
there's
calm
still
down.
a zoning thing. Scorpion can still get some space there if Bane can only run.
Well, I mean, if Bane can run 60 to 90 miles per hour, I mean, your dude's out. Your dude's out doing that.
Yes.
Because your dude was able to outrun a car, but it never said
So
like
I'm gonna say
max. Like I mean, regular
we'll
miles
say
like
Bane can run
60.
20 miles per hour base. Maybe 18, 20. Times that by two,
Okay.
that's 40. That's not even nearly as fast as a mechanical tail that can whip at 90.
I mean, because they said that he was faster than some of the villains. Like when he was on Sinister Six, I think it's called, or something like that. He was on a team with Deadshot, and it was stated that he was able to run faster than Deadshot. I don't know how
Okay, let's
fast
look it
Deadshot
up.
can run. I'm assuming the guy can run
How,
pretty
I
quick.
don't. Is Deadshot even notorious for being fast?
I mean, he's an
Yeah, but he's a
assassin.
human being.
I mean, I would assume that he can run at peak physical speeds. You know what I mean? Like 25 miles per hour or more. And Bane's out here burning them. Maybe not burning them, but he can
I'm
run
finding
faster.
literally nothing about how fast this dude is. It's fine. It don't matter. It don't matter. We'll say he can run 40 miles per hour. I'm giving you a lot there. That's like pretty fast. Scorpion can can
I'm a little upset with that, but
I
all right.
mean 40 is faster than like Usain Bolt times two, right? That's like that's fast.
Well, Usain Bolt could run like
I thought he was
28
like
miles per
23.
hour.
Okay, fine.
No. Fastest man in the world, he
Okay,
could run like
28.
28
I'm
miles per
giving
hour,
Bane
27
40.
miles
That's
per hour,
faster than the
something like
fastest man in the world. We can relax.
that. All right, all
Scorpion
right, all right, all
can
right, all right.
can
Hey, I get.
project himself. He can whip his tail 90 miles per hour. He can probably push himself like 80 to 90 miles per hour. That's over twice as fast as what Bane can even run. So tell me how. So, and hold up, I'll give it to you. That's a lot of cat and mouse, right? There's a lot of running.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I want to ask: does
Mm-hmm.
Venom Bane tire out, or what's up? There has to be some kind of like limit.
He can go for quite some time. Like I don't remember. I think the Venom it lasts him
Okay,
for
all right. So
12
then I can't play
hours.
cat and mouse all the time. You know what? I'll concede it, just because I can't.
And also, I mean, my dude could just rip fucking rocks out the goddamn earth and
That's
just
fair.
chunk them at you. At that point.
Okay, but superhuman reflexes, right? I can dodge them. Here's what else. I'll concede. I'll 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. Which one? Two out of
Wait,
ten or
wait,
one out
what?
of 10? Like I'll concede it.
Um,
Yeah.
for Scorpion, I'll give him like 3 out of 10. I'll be nice.
Okay. I'll take 3 out of 10. Here's my
Yeah.
thing. I concede it because I can't see a way of Scorpion beating a Venom Bane while he's on Venom because
Yeah.
the main strategy I can conceive of is cat and mouse, running away constantly, keeping space. But you're saying
Yeah. Also, how much stuff does
it's
your
not
guy
unlimited.
have? Like, how
Yeah,
much
it's
is
not
he
unlimited. So it
storing?
runs.
Yeah. So like, if my guy's over here having healing factor, superhuman healing factor, and you're running out of
No,
stuff,
I
it's
agree.
not
That's what
gonna
I'm saying.
last
Like,
that long.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see a way of winning, which is why I was like conceding it immediately. I can see a way of like stealing one or two um, under you, maybe making a mistake. I annoy you so much. The Venom goes into, or sorry, he uses overdrive Venom, goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I can't really see Scorpion winning this one like at all. Um, I don't think it's a wash. I just think it's heavily skewed to. I
Yeah, I
I,
don't think
I
it's a
think it's a
wash
wash,
either.
but I don't think it's like a sweep kind of wash. You know what I mean?
That's why I gave you like three. I might
I
even
was gonna
go
give myself
even four,
two.
because like at that point, like Bane's like when he's on that Venom, he's not like at that calm state where he's like a martial art expert anymore. He's like just tossing people around,
I
just
agree,
using
and I
brute
think I'm
strength,
underselling Scorpion again. Scorpion's pretty strong. I don't know if he's not stronger than Bane, but he's durable. He can take more hits. Of course, he doesn't have a healing factor. So I'm gonna give myself 2 out of 10. I'm giving myself less, I know, but I can't see. Obviously, this is just my imagination. I'm a grown man. Imagination runs out, but but I just don't
Hey,
imagine a
hey.
scenario where Scorpion gets this fatal blow. I can get one or two. Maybe annoy him. He goes super drive, makes a mistake, or maybe keep running, hiding, scaling walls, and just stabbing him in the head. Maybe once or twice. That's that's it. Here's one's a little bit more even. I don't know if it's like that much better. Cyborg Scorpion versus Venom Bane. So I already heard what you got. Here's what I got. Again, we have a more powerful tail.
Mm-hmm.
You don't quantify how much. Mechanical pincers. Don't quantify how much stronger than his hands. Bulletproof. Altered genetics to give a scorpion sense. Can withstand fall at terminal speed. So incredible durability and a metallic jaw.
But you said
It's
a
like a spider sense.
scorpion sense. What is
Yeah.
that? Like
And a
spider
metallic
sense?
jaw. So punching him in the
Okay.
face won't break anything. Except his like metallic jaw. This dude's a cyborg. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This one feels maybe even.
I mean, maybe a little more even. Um, I don't think that fight would be a wash either way. I feel like, Bane still got his Venom feats, and then Scorpion, his feats just
I will
go up,
say,
a little bit, due
well,
to
wait,
the
I'll
fact
pause.
that he's a
So his
cyborg.
feats in the comics are like basically nothing in this new suit, right? So he kills or he beats the Titanium Man. I mean, I'm looking at like
I don't even know who that
that's
is.
basically any.
So he didn't do much in the suit,
No,
basically.
not yet. Not that he can't. It's just hinted that he's even stronger and probably has even more powers. Um, Titanium Man. Oh, sir,
Take some
Titanium
time to
Man
develop,
can lift 1.5 tons, like without the suit.
Is Titanium Man
Yeah,
made out of titanium?
yeah. By himself though, but by himself he
I mean,
can
that's a
lift
little feat right there.
1.5 tons. With the suit, he's able to lift 75 tons. Superhuman speed. So like kind of as close as fast as base Bane. Physical stamina by 50 in the suit. Superhuman durability, reflexes. He can fly. And Scorpion beat this dude. And I would say this dude's on par with Bane. Like literally, like on par. Uh, so I
Yeah.
would say Bane is on par. This dude's not as smart, but the Titanium Man might be stronger. But I could see Bane probably beating him more times than losing. But pretty close. Um, I don't know. The more powerful tail mechanical pinchers, I don't know. Because there's no feats, because there's no um, quantification, no math I can do here, it's like, okay, there's more powerful. I didn't think the tail was going to beat
Mm-hmm.
Bane, because Bane can probably break that tail off if it's just one on one. The pinchers, I don't know how much the pinchers add either
Yeah.
because, like, okay, you're gonna pinch.
What are the pinchers
Yeah,
are
yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah, and they're like
hands? Like
super
they're just
strong.
pinchers now?
I mean, like that's some of maybe.
So is he
Yeah,
still the
he's
guy in
both.
it,
It's
or
like
is
he's
it
a
like a
cyborg. He's
fucking
half human,
robot?
half man, or half human, half yeah. He's both.
Oh, okay.
He's bulletproof,
Okay.
so stronger armor. I mean, that's
So I would say he's
he's
not as durable. Because if he's
no, he's
part
more durable.
cyborg, then that means like, his shit can
Uh,
malfunction.
something to think about. My impression of the suit though is cyborg in the sense that it's like nanofibers intermixed with his body, so it's not really like a robot cyborg, but like cyborg has like machine and
Okay.
human. There's no like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coding in there really. Um, so no, I don't think it'll malfunction.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like
Basically,
Iron
but
Man's
like
suit, the
like a rhino
nanotech.
suit too, almost.
Yeah.
It was meshed with the suit. So yeah, but no, even Iron Man suit can malfunction.
Okay.
This one doesn't malfunction. Um, it's like Black Panther suit almost, right? It doesn't malfunction. Yeah. So yeah, so
Okay.
that's any suit. So I will say, I don't know. He can withstand falls at terminal speeds, right? That's like that's just, you can't fall any harder than that. You can probably get hit harder than that. You could probably get shot,
Yeah.
stabbed, but you can't fall any harder than that. Meaning that's extreme durability. That's like crazy, crazy durability. And you're adding that with like a scorpion sense. I don't know. I think this one's like what? What would you say? 5, 6?
I mean, how high is terminal speed? I mean, terminal
It's not height. It's like
height.
it's not height. It doesn't
How
matter about
high
the
was
height.
that?
It's like more so like terminal
Or is
speed is
just
this
the speed
velocity at
that
which
he
a
fell
falling
at?
object falling due to gravitational force ceases to accelerate downward. Meaning it can't
Okay.
it can't fall any faster. Um, well, okay, but that's by gravity.
Mm.
So maybe you could throw. No, because you throw it and a gravity act. I don't know. Huh? That's interesting. Basically,
Okay.
it's like you can't
Um.
fall or hit the ground any harder. Maybe if there was like you could. I guess that's something to think. If you're falling at terminal speed and you're punched, maybe that increases it, the force that you hit the ground on. Regardless, though, I don't think Bane could probably throw him that fast. Possible. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go ahead and give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll go 4-6. What would you?
Yeah, I'll go. I guess I'll go 6 out of 10. I was gonna do 5 out of 5, and it's like, it's. I think if he
Nah,
can
cause
almost,
yeah, cause he
yeah,
definitely got an advantage on him. So I gotta at least
yeah.
go less than
Now
half.
finally, Venom versus Venom Bane.
Now this is when I just tell
I will
myself to go
say,
fuck myself.
I will say,
This is when I
Venom
give
can
up.
probably lift 40 to 50 tons easy. Can go way more than that. I think this one's a wash, mainly because it is a wash. Mainly because
It's a wash.
first of all, there's like, it's not fair, right? He has a mode, so like let's just go crazy. Let's say Bane goes to supercharge Venom mode. Okay, fine, I give that to you. Venom can do the same thing
Mm-hmm.
and match it with equal force, right? And he has more powers. He has
Mm-hmm.
Venom Bane gives a healing factor. This one has an extreme healing factor, right? Like grave wounds immediately healed. Smarter. Um, can disguise himself in the background, blend as someone else, can shoot webbing, climb walls. This dude killed
Yeah.
Spider-Man basically. Too many killing
There's just too
Spider-Man.
many feats.
Yeah,
There's too
you
many
know,
abilities.
can you go to him more?
It's like I just gave you 4-6 to a
10 times
cyborg
stronger.
dude, and this
This
dude's
one I
like
would.
10 times better.
What do you? I don't want. I don't. Is it a sweep? You think? Is it a sweep or do you? I guess I'll either. Okay, no,
I
we got to
want to give
argue.
him
Give me
one,
a
at
reason to
least
give him
one.
one. Give me one scenario where one happens.
I think Bane's smart enough. He
That's
can
no,
figure out,
that's
oh,
that's
he doesn't
real.
like sound.
How would he figure that out though? Not
Yeah. I mean, how did Spider-Man figure it out in the
I
movie? It
guess.
was an accident.
I
It
think
just
Spider-Man
happened,
knew
you
though
know?
because he found out because it was on him.
Oh yeah, because he
He
didn't
knew.
know. He just like he hit the bell and then he remembered. He was like, oh wait, yeah, he didn't
Yes,
like the bell back when I had the
yes.
suit on either.
Bane,
Maybe I should try
Bane's a
this.
genius. He can remember it. But here's the thing. Here's why I don't. Here's why that one. I don't give you that one. One, Bane has to supercharge to even think about keeping up. Right? Just even consider it. He has to supercharge. Two, so when he's supercharged, he loses all intelligence. And two, you can't. Albert Einstein didn't know things he didn't know. You know what I mean? He had to figure it out and sit there and think about it. Bane's not going to be like, oh, I know. Oh, I know. You know?
No, I mean, sure, maybe Batman
I don't
comes
even
in
think.
the
Even
Batmobile and
then, I don't even think.
helps them out. I don't know.
Even then, I don't think. Even if I give you Batman, Bane.
Oh my god.
Because Bane killed Superman. Don't forget.
Um,
There was a crossover. Or sorry, no, sorry. Venom killed Superman. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Venom killed Superman. Yeah.
No, it was Venom. It was Venom.
Wasn't it Carnage? That
Well,
was
not even bring
Carnage.
up Carnage. This is a wash. This is 10 out of 10 easy. I feel like this one's also 10 out. Venom is just crazy overpowered. Like, that dude is strong. Movie was
It
trash,
is.
but
I
I kind
mean,
of liked the movie, but I kind of wanted
yeah,
more from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The new one, the newer
It
one,
was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't
that
as
was
bad as
alright.
critics said.
That was cool.
Um, Venom's crazy strong. A sweep?
Fuck it, you got it. 0-10. Sweet. I guess there's nothing I can say. I mean, I went for the only weakness you have, and you shut it down. So like, there's really nothing else I can go for at this point. There's like nothing else I can say. There's nothing I can say. So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's 0-10. You got that.
he is,
That's just
and like,
OP,
and I
man.
think
Venom
even
is
if
just OP,
it wouldn't be
just
fair
in
to
general.
give 9 out of 10.
Yeah, because it's just Venom's just that strong. It's not even about
It's a
Scorpion.
symbiote
It's just the
itself.
fact that Venom.
If you can almost kill anti-venom, which is
Yeah,
literally designed to like kill you, yeah, and you still beat it.
to
I
kill
don't know.
Venom.
Death Battle did
Yeah,
Venom versus Bane. I think so.
really.
I don't know. I'm
What
looking it
happened?
up.
That
No,
man
Venom
got
won.
washed. Watch him say Bane won. I was about to say Bane won. You gonna
That's
give me 1 out
wild.
of 10, 1 out of 9.
This is real. Like they really did this.
But the thing about Death Battle is like they be putting these fights together just to make a cool looking video,
Exactly.
but in reality,
And all the
most of those
comments were
motherfuckers are
saying
washing them.
it's
You
so
know,
wrong.
like
Bane isn't even in the same league.
yeah, it's just like it's
Yeah.
not even fair.
I don't even want to see the fight. Like I don't. It shouldn't even be a thing, right? Like what? What was Bane ever going to do to
Oh,
hurt Venom? All right. So
not
in the
much. Not much. I'm actually surprised. I got one dub. I
yeah,
was able to beat Base
that's
Scorpion.
fair. And you came close on Cyborg.
Yeah,
Cyborg could have ran away with it. I could even say
yeah,
7, 8 out of 10 if there was just more feats. He just kills someone who's like a Russian Iron Man, right?
yeah.
And it's like,
There wasn't really
and also
much
the
more.
context in which he killed him probably wasn't like a full fight 1-on-1. It's just kind of like just beat the guy. Um, there.
Well,
Another comic
that's
corner.
another
Wrap
comic
up a
corner in the
little
books.
reflecting thoughts. Scorpion's pretty cool. Scorpion has some pretty cool feet.
Um, he's
All
alright.
right. Really?
I like Bane more. Yeah, Bane's cooler. I mean, it's not like my favorite villain, but he's an interesting villain. He got some story, interesting backstory. Just There was also a part where he became a good guy for a little while. He was kind of doing what Scorpion
Yeah,
was doing, like in between good guy and bad guy stuff. He did that for a little bit.
for real.
He was actually Batman at one point, which I thought was ridiculous. Yeah, he was like a bulky Batman. He wore like a
Jesus.
bat suit made
Yeah,
out of like
Scorpion was Spider-Man
steel.
for a little bit in the Dark Avengers. Yeah. Damn,
That's tough.
that's cool. And there's a lot of parallels really for these randomized characters. Really.
Actually, you got to give me 1 out of 10 because Bane broke Batman's back.
Yeah, but he
That's just
broke Batman's
one right
back.
there. That's one right there.
Like, yeah,
He's
he
your
broke Batman's back because he
strategic
can.
genius. Okay. He broke. Hold on. He broke all of the villains. Well, not all of them, but he broke dozens of villains out of Arkham Asylum. Let them run loose in Gotham, have Batman work his ass off just to take all these villains on, and then months and months later, after he finally recaptured them, he's worn out mentally and physically, just drained. He finally goes home, and who's waiting for him? Bane. Bane's chilling on his chair, eating his
Okay,
sandwich,
all
and he
right.
breaks his
He
back.
broke a
I mean,
tired
come on.
Batman's back. A Batman who was a human, who was a human being.
You know what? You know
Batman,
what?
that'd be crazy.
Batman in a
I think
Venom
Batman can
suit,
get. I
though?
would give Batman 1 out of 10. Maybe Batman would figure out the sound thing.
Maybe. Actually, there's some crazy Batman
Damn.
feats. Like, there's a
I
god
think
Batman.
Batman at his best
Yeah.
could beat Venom one time in a tie. He would not walk away alive.
No, because there's a storyline where Batman, he's literally a god, and he has this
A
chair
chair.
that can tell him anything. Literally anything in the world. They could give him, you gotta look it up. It's a chair that can tell him anything he asks in the whole world. And like, if he would just literally ask the chair how to defeat Venom, it would tell him
Okay,
because
maybe
this chair
maybe
has
that
all
one.
the knowledge of the
Maybe
world.
that's God Batman.
Maybe God
But
Batman got a
anyways,
couple
this was a
dubs.
good episode. A lot more competitive. Especially just we didn't even do any power scaling. We just
Yeah,
like Scorpion. Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
because I did more research
Relative to
as
last
well.
time, she's trying to say. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I think the total is
Yeah.
Scorpion wins. Wait, so it's 10.
Uh, Scorpion
Wait,
wins
no,
three
it's
out of
3,
four.
1, 8 here, 10, 16, 26 out of 40. Wait, no, sorry, I'm bad. 36, right? No, 26. 26.
8, 16,
26 out of 40.
16. Yeah, 26.
Pretty good. It's
So
pretty good for
14 to
Bane. I mean,
26.
Bane gets a bulk of those. Bane gets a bulk of those from number 2, Venom. Yeah.
From just the
But then I
base,
get all of them
yeah.
from number
Really,
4,
the only one he
Scorpion,
won.
Venom. And really, that's not even
And
really
then
Scorpion.
and then the first one.
If you take out that last one, then
Venom cheated for you. That's all. Let me get a Venom Bane suit. I'm about to Google
if you take
Venom
out the
Bane.
last one,
Tell you.
it's like I win a 16 out of 30, right? Yeah, 16 out of 30, and that's
Something like
14
that.
for your. Pretty good. That's pretty even.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I
yeah,
mess with
that's
Scorpion. I
more
like
even.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
I know you don't like. He got some cool stuff. He got some cool lore.
Yeah, he got some feats.
Anyways, that wraps it up. Thank y'all for watching. We'll try to find some more creative matchups. I don't know. I've been thinking about. I know this is comic, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Naruto, some Naruto, some Naruto villains.
I feel
Not
like
for
that's
me. I
gonna be
mean, and
harder to
I think I
research.
know a lot. I think I got like most of them memorized. I can even.
Well, yeah, like I remember like everything I saw on the show, but it's like just the feat scaling. I feel like
Yeah,
there's a lot
probably.
more actual calculations you have to
I
do
agree. I
than
agree.
just taking it from Wiki.
Also, there's a
You
lot of
know?
like overpowered characters, so that also sucks. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Sorry,
Yeah.
little preview for what we might be doing. Uh, and I will catch y'all later. I guess also the staple thing to say: subscribe,
Adios.
like, maybe leave in the comments, who you want to see next. Um, if you do recommend anyone from Naruto,
Hmm.
please don't choose like someone overpowered. I don't want to do someone like super overpowered. I kind of want to do like more minor villains. Kind of funner to do someone like Scorpion.
Yeah. We about to do Iruka versus fucking
That's a wash.
Konohamaru Sensei. That's what we about to do.
That's a
Cause I'm
wash.
still convinced Iruka can win.
All right. Anyways,
Hey,
see y'all
hey,
later.
hey! 3 out of 7. 3 out of 7.